fudi miti betoka deng deng. Jolly pale weng weng. Tekin gang dogi beti gweng gweng. Deng ming bogo. But next to Aringano.
The only guy that speaks in capital letter. And of course, you are watching Western Television always, each and every single time. You know, every time when we come, we make sure that we blaze all the lights. We put all the lights on from all the corners, because our mission is to, you know, our mission and the vision is to promote, and you light up the region in where all the corners. But of course, I've been asking myself, better penjira gira pirango maneno in one Paul Kare. Kajara wer mokunyo award wer pare mokumanyen. Meanwhile, any other betimu video challenges, like doing video challenges. You find most especially both men and women, they do the video challenges. But when it comes to posting on their status, they only post the ladies who have taken part of doing that video challenge. Abe penjira gira pirango rezoma some of these artists. Is it really fair? Meanwhile, ania jarawer award wer manyen. Chalma kawani wabenenu yani most especially wer pa Bruno K giku King Cindy kinomtio ka woto kode inwanga yani it's vice versa angeongo but it ibangwa ka kind in northern Uganda, most especially anike it's a strong message to the artists out there. Inwanga yani when a male person happen to do the, you know, let me say did a video challenge, they don't take it so serious. Few does that. Like when a female person did that video, you know, like a video challenge. Inwanga ya kubang status, dane ngigibe ketu kubang at kaudo ngwanya baby junior yo. Kainen video challenge. Inwanga ya chalpa video challenges panyira area yo por kubang ching. Wage kum lucky di. Inwanga lucky di area yo por kubang ching. Bini kum bush boy area yo por kubang ching. Wogi aruwa ka kainde. Nen monopoly don kadon dute me ene de area de por kubang juruwer ene gi cheke inwangania video challenges migi maka chote more, they don't post it on their status, but mawia anyira timo, the ones that ladies you find out them posting all in, or let me say on their status on a daily basis. Today they post this one, then tomorrow they will post the other one. What could be the reason, yeah, of not posting those men who also did the same video challenge, yeah, on your status? This thing beats my understanding each and every single time. Should it be that what a woman does, what a man sometimes miss chair kakawoku. You know, there's a saying that says that what a woman does, what a man does, a woman does it better. Should it be the reason that's why now men are overputting women when it comes to video challenges on their status? See, these artists, please. Women also sometimes, you find it in your heart to put us there. Yeah? Once we happen to do that video challenge, they get your status, so that we stop complaining. Even if on your TikTok account, in one video challenge, mature team, they don't do it. They don't post it on their TikTok challenge. TikTok, the trend has changed upside down. Meanwhile, women, female are more viewed than the male one. But of course, it's my own personal word. I don't know what other men have for, you know, regarding this very particular case. But for me, I'm a capital guy. I always talk what what is on the ground. I've been waiting to let then I chip in. At least you better win on what they do. Away from that, of course, in Gulu. But of course, on Saturday, we had a fight that went down between Gino the champion, you know, and Master Lee, NK in Madarekum boxing, you know. This fight was organized by Boss Miko team. You know, Boss Miko team did put some money, because we all know that Gino, the champion, is a Boss Miko team personal bouncer, personal bodyguard. You know, wherever Boss Mick is going, they move together. Wherever he's going, they move together. But he's a very controversial guy. That the guy over there, that is Gino, the champion. But of course, he was given an award because the person that he was supposed to go and fight, that person jumped over the face of Pete. We gang me Pete ering. And then Gino the champion, and then I can ring Master Lee had to leave. People paid their 15,000 to go and watch these guys fight. Boxing. Boxing is also part of sports and entertainment. So people pay to go and witness, the giants in in their area. So Bosmiko team said it. According to Bosmiko team, guys, dano bedu don kapero, Jono berno kapero, nyeri apera, the champion. Gwaye ka ocheri chuk. No tika gwe tiene malo tika scaring dani di chuk ka tika wori di guri ni tika berka scaring dano kidi guri kumeno boss mi kan wajo omera ini beru ngat mo me ko ma chok kan kida tika wiyo dan tika lokere kumene mandon pebe there are some kickboxers, the guys who kick and box at the same time. There's boxing and kickboxing. So boxing, you don't involve, like the kicking things, kicking moves you don't involve. But with the kickboxing, everything is involved. I don't know whether you can also bite when you're in the stage. I don't know whether. I think that is the only thing that they didn't specify. Because in kickboxing, everything is allowed. You are allowed to use your elbow. You are allowed to use the punch. You are allowed to use, I don't know whether, because I've never seen somebody using the head. Are you allowed to kick? Anyhow he's kicking, you're allowed to do that. But in boxing, there's nothing like that. So it was really boxing. So there were, there are some rumors around that guys, they wanted to show, they wanted to try the capability of this guy, Gino, the champion. So many kickboxers, they wanted to try him because guberu kapero nyeri. Ni nyeri wanye ndo ke tek tutual ni mo kong we kong gitem kong le dab kong gitem kong kom jo ki jo maka girwate ka biro mo we kong gitem kong ching jo bene boss mi ga sama boss mi ku bero ko winyi lo boss mi wanye omegina wan wen watilo teno gang we jam we pegi tem kimeno won ka tika mere lwen kinyeri gin mo wan watwer ka temone kumbeti chani ma ana boss mi gatwer ka temone kumbeti chani atwer ka organizing yeun lwen kinyeri magi mere lwen mero be professional ma pegi ting lwen personal. It should be professional kind of fight, not that just you meet in the corridor and you start fighting your friend. When you're in the corridor, you start boxing your friend. Actually, it's not the case. What you need to do is, Bosmiko team is saying, instead he organized the fight that went down in Peche. Was last weekend on Saturday, where it ended up into Piam, where my brother Master Lee took off. Master Lee umwejo pie okiwi fence uchero. Then in the other way around, this guy has been accused by so many people. This is Gino the champion, because it says that when he went to Sudan, according to him, that he won the award. The award that they always give the bouncers, those plates that he won. And yet, in the other way around, people are saying that he's always buying those things. That he bought the cup. He did not fight for it. He bought it. And then, according to him, for him, he's saying that he fought for it. Then he won it. And then so many people are saying, and now there was a time also, one famous person also talked about that. I remember when I was going through that, when he won some of the artists, of, talking about his name, because he wanted them that he was going to show them who the real color of Gino the champion. If I'm told they are to continue with their kind of babbling on social media. But I believe after that strong warning that he gave, so many people they refused to continue with lamenting. They were lamenting a lot on social media. So even as we speak right now, there's a soldier who has opened a case against a UPDF soldier who has opened a case against Gino the champion, because Gino the champion proclaims that he fought him and he won in Kampala. when the last time when he went to Kampala, he went to fight. So he won that. He fought that army officer, the UPDF, and he won the guy. So the guy had opened a case, and I don't know how far the case have so far gone, but according to me, we have seen so many guys fight. You know, we have there's a brother of mine here called Jingo, something like that here in Arua. You know, I don't follow boxing so much, and way back we had this is the same thing that happened sometimes back. Let me first refresh, take you back in the year. I can't really remember, some 5, 6, 7, almost 10 years, you know, close to 10 years ago. There was also a rumors, you know, a beefing, dishing each and every single time on the street. You find guys, you know, guys warming up, guys get hyped because somebody says, so adia, you know, alenga drifu good ibe. So many drifuzo good abe. Mile drifu good abe boxing ya wala mile drifu good abe corridor as your bani je am facing. So that the same thing Ilias in a vulnerable acoustia for my brother, that is Cobra. There's a guy who used to call himself Cobra, and there's a guy called himself Emma. So they had their own beef in club. They got a beef in the club. By then, back then, we used to have Las Vegas, yeah? Las Vegas up there next to Art Zone, you know, Art Zone photocopying center. Yeah, just opposite, yeah? Around Transport Road. That's where we used to have Las Vegas Club. So, by the incident happened when I was on the ground, trying to take you back, because and then bring you into back. So that incident happened when I was there. There was a fight between a guy who wanted to snatch. I think the guy wanted to dance with a certain guy's girlfriend. So in the process, they ended up knocking something. You know, guys always move in groups. Like Emma, you know, Emma Scorpion moves in group. And then my brother, the Cobra guy, he also likes moving in groups. So Manyanga started there. So they had to exchange some blows there, but of course the bouncers intervened in that. The beef continued, you know. The beef itself continued to the extent that these guys, whenever they meet, they would want to fight. So one guy, Osino, yes, I should give the flowers to Osino. Osino and one guy from, you know, King Wither's side. Because that guy, Cobra, used to move with those of King Wither. So they had to organize that fight. Yeah. The fight took place in Matonge. Yeah, I remember. In Matonge, way back when Matonge was still there. So these people started fighting. So the fight ended up into, no, the first one was in Matonge, and then the second one went. So the fight itself ended up into a real fight, not professional fight. The real fight. So sometimes you see the poko woloko, so people out there, sometimes it brings a lot of confusions amongst the people around. So before you do anything, you better be vigilant. At least know what you're going to do, and whatever you are going to say, you should first think of the repercussions and the actions you're going to take. Before you take any actions, first think of the repercussions. The action that I'm going to take, what will be the outcome of the action before you take any action. But of course, it happened so that Bosmic organized that. The fight happened. Let me say the preparation all went on well, but the fight didn't take place. So we had, it wasn't only the only fight. We had Romano that was supposed to face, the guy that is Mulindra. So the fight also ended up in the middle there because, they had brought in some, that I don't know how to call it, the zeal of hatred in them. So in the process, Romano boxed the guy harder, and the blood, the guy started shedding blood. Mulindra started shedding blood. Mulindra is is a coach, but from the video clip that I saw, the fight wasn't so professional. A coach shouldn't have taken it so personal. So Mulindra took it so personal, and he was fighting not even like a coach who is supposed to follow the rules and regulations when it comes to when it comes to, a boxing kind of thing. In the ring, there are rules which are supposed to be followed. Not that you just go and fight like somebody who is not professional. So it ended up, the fight didn't finish, It ended up in the middle because of the blood that the guy was shedding too much. When he started showing the anger, Romano had to give him back double. So when Romano gave him back double, that's when he got the punch, he started bleeding. And the referee said, no, let's just end the fight right here and now. And of course, that's how it ended. But of course, away from that, remember yesterday, musically, yesterday I didn't talk about, the guy, Elton Loverboy and Starboy Jr. But of course, as it stands right now, guys, the social media guys that have taken it so personal, we all know that when it comes to English speaking, Starboy Jr. is a Congolese who grew up in Uganda. So he's not good when it comes to speaking English, even texting and writing. So many people, when social media people, sometimes the bloggers, the way they pan out bit, I always tell them, let's stop this thing of adding salt. You put here kambalara kachacha, itingu kachacha landi de bini medico me, igami tingu kalanga de igami bini medico me, weketinya lempericha o would my bed. Igami nwani, at the end of the day, you are the one who is trying to confuse people out there, and you give wrong information to the people out there. So now the social media, they have taken it upon themselves, talking, doing a lot of things, talking points, about the guy, the lyrics of the guy. And then they are saying Elton Loverboy is better than Lucky D. But now, if you ask yourself, the type of song that Loverboy is doing and Lucky D, these are different type of music. Lucky D does his own type of music. Maybe you can compare. Yeah? Maybe you can compare only, maybe you can only compare Elton Loverboy and Starboy Jr. These are the two people that you can compare when it comes to music, Lucky D, the type of music that Lucky D is doing, according to me, you cannot compare Lucky D with Elton Loverboy. Elton Loverboy, you can only, the comparison between these two, between these artists that I can give you in the whole of Northern Uganda, I can give you Twisky Finger. You can draw a comparison between Twisky Finger and Elton Loverboy. Then you can also draw a comparison between Starboy Jr. and Elton Loverboy and Twisky Finger. Then when it comes to Arua here, you cannot even draw a comparison with Elton Loverboy and D-Wine Gabbana. Because the type of song that D-Wine Gabbana does, you can only give a comparison with D-Wine Gabbana. You can only compare D-Wine Gabbana and Lucky D, the boss. Because when you look at the type of song that these people are doing, in terms of comparison, it's only, you can only put it, in terms of comparison, only D-Wine Gabbana, you can put him with Lucky D. Then when it comes to love song, who does love song here in Arua City as it stands right now? I don't see any, Maybe, but I don't see any person who is doing the real love song. I don't see any in the whole of entire Arua. But of course, you can put in Free Boy a bit. Yeah, Free Boy is more of that, but his music is too much more of that. But I don't see any artist doing love songs in Arua City. Who is doing the real love song? I've seen this guy, Brota Wigo, Ozo Kamacholu Miyosi, Miasiku, my baby. And it ended there. That was me. I thought from there, he was going to pick up, accelerate from there and give us back-to-back love song. But it ended up. So, to the people who are trying to draw a comparison just because of what I talked about yesterday, about what the both guys posted on their status. Yes, Elton started posting fast. Then Starboy Jr. replied. So many are saying that it was somebody else who texted for, who did the write-up for Starboy Jr. Because Starboy Jr., when it comes to, spoken words, putting down, no, English, he doesn't. And of course, I agree with that. The guy is not a Ugandan. The guy is a Congolese who grew up in Uganda. But of course, most of his life, he lived in a, in a bordering place, and Maggie Port, something like that. So you don't really expect. We have guys who grew up in those areas that speaks perfect English and can write, but he's not among them. But this is the guy who can sing. This is the guy who can produce, you know. So the comparison, but of course, I'm yet to understand what is going on between the two guys. You know, what brought all those, you know, exchange of words on their status. I'm yet to get to understand that. Then surely, that is the promise that I'm giving you, that I will surely get to the bottom of that and come and present it to you, just as I brought it yesterday in front of you about all these. Yeah, but of course, almost 20 minutes to the top of the hour. That is 7 p.m. We shall be having also a talk show today. We have a talk show that will be going on later on. But of course, away from that, we are getting now Uganda-wide. And of course, the guy himself steals. That is King Saha for you and Eddie Kenzo. You know, King Saha, according to King Saha, what he's trying to say right now is that let me say the association, the Uganda Musicians Federation, is collapsing. It's collapsing. Why? Because he himself, he has a lot of power, and he tried giving an example of one of the place. He slightly forgotten about the name of the place where those of Eddie Kenzo, they went for the presidential campaign, and they found things were not right. But of course, he did say that it's because of the power that he has. But according to me, I don't see anything flopping. Just as, like he said, King Saha, that most of the artists in the Uganda Musician Federation, most of them are flopping. Who are those? Who are among those artists that are flopping? But I've seen guys, of course, the guys are trying to protect the game now. That's why you see they're all in the camp. And they're all in the race of protecting the game. Because I've seen so many people, even the MCs right now, the presenters, they're all in the race of protecting the game. That's why they are not focusing on their own personal things. But they first want to make sure that the government, let me say, the president of Uganda protects the game as it is said. So that next year, trust me, next year it's going to be a different year after protecting the game. So this one here to the people who think that maybe federation, because Eddie Kenzo is too much into that, some of them are flopping, then you got it wrong, my brother out there. But of course, let me beberu kumene some okipare ya girigiri kani nenu mod kawoni kita mai benenu the current situation kawoni. You know, the artists, the presenters, the MCs, they're all in the process of protecting the gains. Yeah, they're all in the process of protecting the game. That's why you see they are not really focusing on themselves. They first want to protect the government and the gains. Then after that, they can also come back to their personal life and improve after improving the government. The government after strategizing the government itself. So, King Saha, I know there have been a lot of things, but you people used to be friends. A lot of things are happening in between there, but of course, let it be musically. Let it be musically, not personally. You understand about that. And of course, Saj MC, I've come to the end of this, but before I say this, before we conclude this, but I want to tell you people out there that, as I promised, always, each and every single time, wishing you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then from that, the guys in Arua, they are getting ready, as so many events are happening. We see after, on Boxing Day, that is a Friday, we're going to be having the guy himself, the Sudiata, who will be doing his things. But of course, the Sudiata, we love the fact that you have maintained the brand. Yeah? This one here goes from me to Sudiata. Sudiata, MC Kasho, Wakabi, these are the comedians that we have in northern Uganda who have at least managed to sustain their brand. Each and every single year, at least there's something happening. They bring us something. And this time around, we have Clint the Drunk, who is coming again for the second time. Kasho Wakabi coming to help a brother. And Kasho always have, every year, you always have, Laugh with Kasho Wakabi there in Gulu. But of course, I also pray that one day, you should also think of bringing it down to Arua because people love MC Cash Owakabi comedy. So this one goes back to you, my brother, Cash Owakabi. Please take it upon yourself and surprise people. Me surprise more. Give them the surprise. Surprise them. Come and, host, have an event here in Arua so that we can see how the equation is going to be balanced. Yeah? A lot. Then end of the year, one of the biggest fireworks always go down in War. Where are we going to be having the team of Mama ni Mama? The team of Mama ni Mama, they will be putting white. White shows peace. Matar, benyuto pare peace. Mawachone inindu piradeka shell, arado, kumon, kutudongo, cheke, rolling sama wabino nenezo geno malaika matar. Enike kaberu mana belongeni upcoming Lieutenant General. That is General Dick Ulum himself. As we plan, as we plan together how we are going to, to conquer the year 2026, starting from 15th January. Race Neka Keja. So from me to you, it's a bye-bye. See you till tomorrow. Same time, same television. The next on your screen, it will be the talk show.
Come follow me now. Bad character monopoly again. From the look of things, ina melele tamaliabo. Abata mejon bambamba. Abata ma Batman, abata monjiti andrudo mechondi wezaku. Zamva